Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. D Orica, and tonight I'm coming on to talk about where do dead people go? We all want to know that. So let me just tell you that a lot of my work is mediumship. It comes down to mediumship. What is mediumship? Well, once you expand your consciousness, there are basically other realms of existence, but they're broken down into three different areas of the mind of the universe. So I'm going to start there talking about the three different areas of the mind of the universe. First of all, there is the conscious awareness. That is the basic awareness that you have to exist, let's just say level one, in a material reality. You have basic awareness. You don't know how you got here. You don't really know why you're here to begin with. Like, you've got to figure that out over time, right? And there's like deeper issues or things that explain why you behave a certain way or why you're being influenced to act or react in some type of way, but it's on a subconscious level. So not only do we have a universal material conscious mind, but we have a subconscious mind behind that conscious mind. And that subconscious mind is like a little bit more expanded, right? Because if you think about it, your subconscious mind kind of like records everything, even the shit that you're not paying attention to. Um, or you want to block out, say, like old memories you're trying to repress, or maybe emotions that you don't want to feel, but your subconscious is like totally aware of that, right? And your subconscious is like where you get your intuitive motivations from. Okay, so that's like, oh yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this or that, but I'm drawn to it. So, you feel like an intuitive fool, but you don't necessarily know why, because it's subconscious. It's being motivated or it's being influenced from another realm of consciousness in the universal mind. Something that's able to hold memory. Something that's able to be aware, but suppress some of that awareness so that in a conscious state, you're not actually thinking about so many things that you can't function, right? So the subconscious is there, it's motivating us, but we try to keep out of that realm so that we can stay focused on what we need to do in this reality, because that's another reality. Actually, that reality is expanded into our psychic perception. Now see, I called my client back and she didn't answer, so I started making another video, so I'm gonna have to call her back, because I'm not on demand. But in this day and time, we always think everything is on demand because we can like get it from like YouTube or the microwave. Anyways, so with the subconscious, it's not on demand though. We've got to do some work to unlock, some of those past lives, some of those ancestral memories. By doing past life work and meditating each day and connecting with our spirit guides and our ancestors, sitting at our ancestor altar. So that's the subconscious part. And see, we're an exact copy of the universe. So I just described two parts of us, and those two parts of us connect into those two parts of the universal mind. See how that works? But then there's an extra expanded consciousness besides the conscious and the subconscious, called the supra subconscious. That is where our loved ones are, ladies and gentlemen. The supra subconscious is what I call spiritual Wi-Fi, because that, by connecting into that, you can connect to every single person that has ever existed in the mind of the universe. Period. That is the energy behind the manifestation. See, your body is the manifestation, but the energy or the consciousness behind that, it is existing outside of its manifestation. And it's really in another realm, an invisible realm, within the universal mind. That's where our loved ones have gone, ladies and gentlemen. They have gone into the supra subconscious, where they continue to exist, okay, and become one with the supra subconscious aspect of the universal mind. Now, people who, all of us who've been to church and we've read the Bible, or we have some aspect of Christianity incorporated into our practices or our lives because of our families or what have you, we have heard that there are specific places designated for people who have certain mindsets. So if you have a mindset more on a negative vibration, they say that hell is your designated space. And heaven would be the designated space of someone whose, I guess, good deeds outweigh their bad. Okay, as if God is counting. Really, we're counting, our subconscious is recording, and so that goes back into the mind of the universe. Does it designate your space after death? Yes, it designates the space that you're in, because that thought pattern continues to be with you. And that's why we say, if we call up our ancestors who, had issues with alcoholism, for instance, or any type of issues with substance abuse, we're actually saying, this individual is still connected to that thought pattern, that addictive thought pattern. And so therefore they could possibly influence you to have addictive personality traits or behaviors. So, some of the spirits that have crossed over into another aspect or realm, and then some of the ancestors are in between sometimes. I look at spiritual space as existing all around us. Like, we can't separate the supra subconscious from the subconscious from the conscious. Like, it exists all around us. Like, in my room right now, there's a certain spiritual existence, essence, souls who, are hanging about waiting for me to intercept their messages and what have you and what not. This doesn't scare me, or this doesn't bother me, but I know that like attracts like. So it's up to me to keep the vibrations in my house high. So every morning I wake up and cleanse with sage, and I cleanse with, Palo Santo throughout the day, and I do a floor wash, or, different things just to purify my spaces. So when spirits come and they're attracted to me, it's because they're high vibrational. Because I've made my space high vibrational, and my thoughts high vibrational, and my behavior high vibrational, and my heart and my mind. So, just thinking on people who want to know, where are my loved ones? Because that's the main question that they have. I just want to know if they're okay. Of course, they're fine. They're totally, like, their awareness is expanded. They can see a lot more than they could when they were here. So they're fine in the spiritual realm. That's where they go when they pass on. And for instance, when we're leaving offerings and whatnot on the ancestor offering, they come to take the spiritual properties of those things. Okay. So that in some way they are edified with those things, and it helps them to gain higher awareness as well, states of mind, and just kind of work through some things that maybe they didn't really get a chance to work through while they were here. They do have homes in the spiritual realm. They do have lives in the spiritual realm. They're not always worried about us, what we're doing. They don't always want to do magic for us, or, just serve us in that way. But they will if we exchange that energy with them. But always know that spirits do exist in another realm and have a life and things that they're devoted to, that they're working through. um and some spirit guides and whatnot are working with us so that they also can attain higher levels. Some of us were assigned spirit guides who maybe did some things on the planet that are similar to what you're experiencing right now, and so they've been placed in your path because by helping you, they help themselves to develop into higher spiritual beings. Okay. So, if you ever wanted to know where the dead go, that is some confirmation for you. Some people say that they go to purgatory. I know that's something, in Catholicism. I do believe that there is a level of purgatory where, if you're on lower mind states, you need to be purified, okay? And we do help our ancestors with that by, giving them water, telling them our problems. Maybe we're trying to break generational curses and they come through for us and help us in that aspect. And that's a form of purgatory for them. So that way they're able to become more pure and move up higher levels in the spiritual realm. So if you liked this and the content of my channel, please subscribe to me so you can be notified when I upload new content. I hope that you liked this video, and if you have any questions for me, please leave them down in the comment section below. I would love to continue the dialogue with you there. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.